Welcome back on this Health and Wellness Thursday. We are now going to talk about how artificial intelligence is being used with breast cancer, specifically with mammograms to help reduce those options, those times where you have to return for more invasive, in-depth studies when maybe it's not necessary. They're also using it to help correct false positives and false negatives. It's really interesting information. I spoke with Dr. Randy Hicks. Let's take a look.
Mammograms and routine cancer screenings decreased by up to 92% during the COVID-19 pandemic. But now with Americans getting vaccinated and infection rates decreasing around the country, many are playing catch up on these vital health screenings. Joining us now to discuss the importance of cancer screenings and new technology that can help women get a more accurate mammogram is Dr. Randy Hicks. Dr. Hicks, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Christine.
How has the COVID-19 pandemic impacted cancer screenings?
Well, as you mentioned, it decreased nationwide down to 92% reduction in screening. Here in Michigan, where I am, we have 9 imaging centers that we basically closed to screening for nine and a half weeks during the height of the pandemic. So it led to delays or skipping of screening by many, many women. And as you mentioned, now the women are starting to come back, which is great, and they're coming back in big volumes. So that's become the next problem for us as radiologists, is just this increased workload.
Well, that can be another reason to delay, but you don't want women to do that.
No, not at all. And so that's why we have this artificial intelligence background technology working with us, trying to find these cancers and helping us to keep our heads above water as far as the number of cases we're looking at.
So how exactly is AI managing this surge?
So as I mentioned, so Profound AI is the product we use here at Regional Medical Imaging. We've been using it for a couple of years. This technology was the first software of its kind to be FDA approved. It uses the latest in artificial intelligence and is clinically proven to help us as radiologists read faster, so about 50% faster than we would without it. It also helps to reduce the false positives, those calls that you get and say, I think there's something on your mammogram, you need to come back. That's called a false positive, so those unnecessary recalls. It decreases that by about 7%. It is a algorithm that's been trained to accurately analyze each image in that stack of images that occurs in a 3-dimensional image mammogram for women, and it's trained to detect soft tissue density cancers. It provides that information back to us as radiologists when we interpret the images. It's there with us, so I always say it's kind of your friend in the room, and helping to slow us down and say, hey, take a look at this finding. It could be significant, it could be malignancy, or no, I don't see any findings, it's good, things look good. So this helps us as doctors kind of not miss things in this huge onslaught of data that we're looking at, helps us to decide which cases are the most complex and give those complex cases more time. And I think it pays for itself just in the efficiency of reading faster and more accurately.
And the artificial intelligence is leading to more accurate mammograms. That is reassuring for many women.
Yeah. So, I talked about it, briefly, but I think the thing is, if you find more cancers, you win, right? So that's the whole goal. Let's find more cancers. So it does that 8% of the time, has been clinically proven to improve us by 8%, and also decreases those callbacks. So again, this is a revolutionary tool in the fight against cancer, and it's helping us to find cancers sooner, and therefore hopefully keeping you all safe and keeping you without the problem of dying from breast cancer.
And why is it more important now than ever for women to get screened for breast cancer?
So breast cancer just became the #1 cancer in the world. It just surpassed lung cancer. So it's a huge worldwide problem. Additionally, the National Cancer Institute just announced that it predicts more than 10,000 excess deaths will occur from breast and colorectal cancer because we skipped these screenings during the pandemic. So get out, get screened, and let's get it figured out.
And where can we get more information?
So if you want to learn about Profound AI, I would go to www.icadmed, that's icadmed.com, that's icadmed.com.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Randy Hicks, for joining us today. I appreciate this important information about breast cancer and mammograms.
Thanks, Christine. Have a great day.